Hi everyone, my name is Clara Kalanangwa from the Directorate of Mergers and Monopolies here at CCPC. In today's session, I'll be talking to you about abuse of dominance and the several forms in which it can occur. The first form of abuse of dominance is refusal to deal. So refusal to deal would occur where a dominant firm refuses to supply a service or product to competitors on the market. An example of this would be where a dominant cement supplier refuses to supply cement to general dealers in an area that limits their ability to supply cement and compete with that dominant player. Price discrimination would occur where two customers are given two different conditions or prices for the same service or product. An example of this would be purchasing an airline ticket where two different customers purchase an airline ticket on the same date for the same class at different prices with no justification. So these are similar terms, but different charges are applied. A third form of abuse of dominance is tying and bundling. Tying and bundling would occur where a supplier makes the condition that for you to purchase one item, you must also purchase another item. An example of this would be making it conditional that for you to purchase bread at a dominant supermarket, you must also purchase the tea bags, when these two items can be consumed separately and can also be purchased separately. This is an anti-competitive form of abuse. Another form of abuse of pricing would occur where a market player decides to underprice their services or products even below the cost of production. This is done in an effort to drive out competitors, and once competitors have left the market, this market player remains dominant and is able to price at higher prices. An example of this would be where an internet service provider decides to reduce the price of their internet services even beyond their cost of productions, to the extent that they're even operating at losses. This would make it unprofitable for other market players to compete in that market, and they'll essentially exit the market. Once they have exited the market, the dominant player is now able to charge excessively or highly. Another form of abuse of dominance is exclusive dealing. Exclusive dealing is where a market player makes a condition that I will supply you this product on condition that you are not stocking or reselling products of a competitor. An example of this would be where a beverage company decides to make the condition that for them to be able to supply a customer with beverages, they must not stock any competitor's beverages. So this was an exciting session on the forms of abuse of dominance. I hope you learned something, and I hope you look out for the next episodes to come. Thank you and bye.